Okay, last week you learned about perimeter. And for perimeter, you would have added that side and that side and that side and that side and added those four all together. Perimeter is like a fence. It goes all the way around. So like if you look at this board, if this board was a piece of land and a fence went all the way around it, that would be the perimeter. Area is what's inside. So to find this area, you would count every one of these little squares. Same thing here. You would count every one of these little squares to find the area. So for your class practice, we're going to do these together because they're a little bit time consuming. So if we looked at this and counted all of these little squares, pause your video, count your squares, come back. If I can read, 80 squares. All right, next one. Pause your video, come back. 64 squares. Last one, pause your video and come back. 23 squares. Now the bottom one is asking you, what's the square area of this? And then it asks you, is there an easier way than just adding each one up? It's a yes or no question, and that's what the lesson tomorrow is actually going to be about. Now, one thing I want to point out, let me set you down for a second. One thing I want to point out, when you get your answer, let's say that this is it. You wouldn't just write that it's 4. You write that it's 4, SQ stands for square. And then in this case, since we don't know what the unit is, we would just write units. But if it were like this, and I told you that each one of these is 1 centimeter, well then we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 square centimeters. And whatever I said this was, that's what you would change that to. So you want to make sure to label square centimeters. Or if it was inches, if this was 4 square inches. 4 square inches. It's important that you let it be known that it's square because that's not 4 inches. 4 inches in length would be like on your ruler. This is 4 square inches. 8 square centimeters. If it were just this, and I said that this was 1 foot, then it would be 6 square feet. Okay? But since you're not given anything, your answers would be square units. All right. See you tomorrow.